Hey, good morning, it's your girl Andrea, and if you remember in the last video, Dad was grinding some hay and corn stalks, and didn't have enough because the tub grinder's coming. Well, that's today, so you can see it's not mixing quite as nice, but we're getting them fed because the tub grinder will be here this afternoon. So we're just wrapping up chores. Figured I'd kick off this video, and then we'll talk all about tub grinding, hay, and corn stalks today, and all of that fun. So, first up, we gotta feed the last group, aka the mama cows. The snow is still here. It's not really a lot though, like we talked. It's not quite as cold as it could be, so there's that. It just doesn't mix as fine, as you can see, but it'll work for one day. Hi, Red. The feed itself mixes fine. It's just coarser with the corn stalks not being ground as fine with our bale processor versus the tub grinder, which we'll talk about. But they'll eat it. They're hungry. It'll be fine. Look at these clean windows. Dad said they were very nice this morning. Hear that noise? That means the tub grinder's here. So let's go check her out and talk all about it. So it's too loud to sit out there and talk to you. I might try to hop in with Dad if I can catch him on a chance that I can get in, but he's so fast paced that I can't promise it's gonna happen. But he essentially is doing kind of an every other type of thing between corn stalk bales, a little bit of alfalfa, and grass hay. He just makes a good mix of it. So you will have like obviously pockets in there where it's more corn stalks, more hay, etc. But when you're grabbing feed, you can do whatever. So he's coming right now with another corn stalk bale. It's probably heavier on the corn stalk bale just because cows need filler, especially in a barn situation. Essentially just gets them their dry matter, gets them full, especially when they're in a dry lot situation. They're not getting as much exercise. Their nutritional needs are not as high in terms of energy as it is when they're out and about. And we'll get into that when it gets cold. You increase feed. Cows in a barn need less feed than cows out moving around. Exercise, same type of thing. If you're an active individual, you eat more calories in order to maintain your weight. If you're not so active, you work an office job, you need less. So, same concept with cattle and livestock. Corn stalks, they just get a lot of their roughage from that, and then we do hay and alfalfa as well, since we do have them. The hay and alfalfa help with protein, because there is not a lot of protein in the corn stalks. That's just more of like filler and fiber, like I've mentioned, and then they do obviously get like corn silage and modified distillers, and then the feedlot gets corn and soy syrup and stuff like that. So all of their diets are formulated to meet their nutritional needs. Corn stalks and ground hay and ground alfalfa are just a portion of that. It's also really cold out, so this is a lot more fun. It drops are in there, and then it goes wee. So it's not ideal that we do grind up the net wrap with it, but corn stalk bales do not work to undo the net wrap in, or they go poof and then you can't get them in there very quickly. So a lot of the net wrap actually does get caught in the bottom and doesn't end up in the hay, and then I do grab out as much as I can. We need to go down to a dealership around here and go check out their cutter they have to cut and grab net wrap. There's just not a good way to grab it. And where we live, net wrap bales are the best option for the winter and storage and stuff. So not ideal, but we are working on it. So I know I'll get some questions on that. We wrap them as minimal as times as they can be. So a lot of these bales are not wrapped much at all. It's just enough to hold them together. And then it gets ground up. A lot of it like ends up not in the hay anyway. So there's always a pile, but that's the note on net wrap. grains that he can change out in the tub grinder that will make the corn stalks and hay ground up finer than others. We have done the most fine one. It takes forever because it just obviously grinds it up even smaller. It goes through the screen a lot slower. So we kind of go for a happy medium screed that gets it chopped up fine enough that's not taking us 6 hours to grind hay, because we don't want to pay for that, and the tub grinder doesn't want to sit here for 6 hours either. So it's a happy medium that works well. The calves, obviously, you've seen some corn stalks in the bunks, but the cows clean it up really well. And then getting the ground hay and the alfalfa in there, it really helps them clean it up. And obviously they have the rest of the ingredients in their TMR. But if he puts one of his least small screens in there, it would essentially grind up the same consistency that you saw this morning with how Dad's bale processor does it. So it just doesn't grind those corn stalks up as nice for feed, but works really well for bedding. This is for feed purposes over here. So yes, we could grind our own, but it does not grind as nicely, and it also is wear and tear on equipment versus paying this guy to come, supporting somebody else's business locally, and then having the cows eat their feed a lot better. Look at that beautiful pile. Now Dad's got to go pay the man. And he goes to the next. So you can see, corn stalk bale, there's hay here, mixes together. And then you grab. Well, there she is in all her beauty. Lots of controls. Fancy. This is a new one. Lots of controls for this beauty. That's why we pay somebody to come do it for us, because the wear and tear, not worth it on that thing. How many bales did you grind?
58 or 57.
And how much of it was corn stalks?
Probably 60%.
That's what I thought. It was real dusty today. How much did it cost you to do that? They're going to be interested in the cost of grinding.
$400.
$400.
About an hour and 15 minutes.
So now you know what it costs, but it's easier and better than taking that thing down. All the wear and tear, and it grinds it up better, as you can see.
Oh, it takes a lot longer. I'd be grinding for 6 hours.
Yep. And the wear and tear would be hard on it, but that's our new grinder too, isn't it?
You said this is the second day they've owned it.
I was going to say, it looks brand new. Okay, anything else you want to add?
I didn't scratch it.
Okay, good job. Ness and I are back inside for a little bit, but that's tub grinding in a nutshell. Let me know if you have any questions, anything you're wondering. I think I explained everything for the most part, but it was cold and loud, so it's a bit of a challenge. But until next time, we'll see you then. Don't forget to subscribe.